Hi everyone, it's Lindy. Okay, so we're doing a double upload today. I decided I wanted to go ahead and get that video done about the global shipping program for eBay. It's a question that I get a lot, the pros and the cons of it. I get emails, I get comments, and so it's very highly requested. So I had a little bit of time this afternoon, so I figured I would just squeeze out a really quick video about it. So hopefully you find it helpful. Full disclosure, I am no expert of the eBay global shipping program. I just know what I do, my experience. Yeah, so I'm not the end all be all. I might not have all the answers, but I can at least tell you what I do, what I've experienced, and why I use it. So, first things first, what is the eBay Global Shipping Program? Okay, so if you want to be able to ship to anybody worldwide, then you would have to opt into international shipping. Well, the eBay Global Shipping Program is a program that's specially designed for eBay sellers to be able to ship worldwide without having to pay international shipping fees. International shipping fees can get crazy expensive. There was one time someone had asked me to ship an item to them. I can't remember what the item was now, but the item was only $20 and it was going to cost $69 to ship to their country. Yeah, $69 for a $20 item. That wasn't going to happen. But thanks to the eBay Global Shipping Program, now you can ship to that country for a much lower rate. Okay, here's how it works. As an eBay seller, all you do is create your listing, and under the shipping options, there's a little box that you can check that states whether or not your item is eligible for the global shipping program. If you check that little box, then what happens is nothing changes for you. Nothing. As the seller, nothing changes for you. But for the buyer, that's where they see the change. What happens is when a buyer in another country looks at your listing, they will see your standard shipping fee, or if it's free shipping, and then they will have their own special exportation fee that they will need to pay eBay. So if a buyer outside of your country decides that they want to buy that item that is opted into the global shipping program, what happens is the buyer buys your item, pays for your item, and they pay that exportation fee to eBay, and you get your list price and the shipping price, whatever that is. Then when you go to ship the item to them, you don't get their address in their country. Instead, eBay will automatically generate to the distribution center in Kentucky. So, and of course, this is what I'm referring to right now is for all of the sellers in the United States. The sellers in the United States that ship to outside countries, it goes to Kentucky. If you are outside of the United States, I'm not exactly sure where the distribution center is for you, but for the United States, it's in Kentucky. So basically, you pay to ship it to Kentucky, and then eBay takes it the rest of the way. So as a seller, literally nothing changes for you. You price your item like you want it, you charge the shipping that you want, and then when the item sells, you print your shipping label just like everything else, you put it on the package, and you send it to Kentucky. Then from there, it goes to the Global Shipping Distribution Center in Kentucky, and from there, eBay has the buyer's information, and they take the buyer's exportation fees, and eBay ships it to their country and takes care of it. And you just get emails of the progress along the way. Now, here's where it can get a little bit tricky. If a buyer wants to return an item to you, this is what scared me into not doing it for a while. My father, who is an eBay seller, he had sent an item via the global shipping program over far and away. I can't remember where it was, but it was a pretty expensive item, and the buyer decided that it wasn't what they expected and they wanted to return it, and they were saying it was an item not as described for whatever reason, and so my dad had to take it back. This is where the problem came into play. The buyer pays their exportation fees to get it to them, but if you want your item back and the buyer is returning it, you are expected to pay the exportation fees to get it back to you. So, depending on the item you sell and where it's coming from, that price can vary from not too bad to crazy outrageous. So, my dad's little problem with it kind of led me a little afraid to do it because, you know, if I'm sending something over there that costed me $3 or $5 out of pocket, and then the buyer paid me 20 bucks, and then I would have to pay, you know, $15 just to get it back, that could put you severely in the hole. So I didn't use it for a very long time. I then decided that I was going to start using it because I started getting requests from buyers. I had a lot of buyers start to send me messages asking if I would be willing to send it to India or sell this item to Brazil or wherever. And honestly, I was kind of pushed into using the global shipping program because the questions on the items that I was getting were things that had been sitting for a while, and I wanted them to go bye-bye. So when a buyer would message me asking me if I could send it, I would go into the item, revise it, opt into the global shipping program, and then I would respond to them, well, I just opted it into the global shipping program. You can go back in and check your exportation fees, and if you would like to purchase, you are more than welcome to. And that's when I started selling things internationally. And currently, out of all of the packages that I do every week, I want to say 1 or 2 a week goes international. And I have never had a problem with a return. So my experience with it thus far is that I freaking love it. It's more sales, and more sales is more money. Now, I did have something go bad. I did. Something went wrong, but it ended up working out in my favor, so I can't hate it too much. I had sold 3 bottles of, I believe it was McCormick bacon bits. I had sold them, and they ended up going via the global shipping program. And for some reason, for whatever reason, the item was stopped at processing and they refused to deliver it. I don't know if it was a restricted item. I can't even remember what country it went to, honestly. But I received an email from eBay telling me that my item cannot be delivered and that the item is going to be destroyed, and there was nothing else that I needed to do. That the buyer was refunded their exportation fees, and I was able to keep the money. That's right. There was a problem. The buyer did not get their merchandise, and I got to keep their money anyway. Sweet. So that's the only thing that I've had go wrong. It was just somebody at the facility said that we can't deliver this item, and so they destroyed it. I got to keep the money. The buyer got their exportation fees back. End of story. That was the end of it. So I hope that this video has helped you. If you have any questions about the global shipping program or whether or not you should use it, ultimately that decision is up to you. If you don't want to worry about shipping internationally, if you don't want to worry about, attempting returns and having to pay extra exportation fees, then you don't have to use the global shipping program. But I like it. I like being able to use it. I like knowing that I have a worldwide market and not just within the United States. It's very beneficial. And, you know, like I said, I have 1 to 2 packages every week go the global shipping option. So, you know, those are sales that I might not have had either now or later. So I'm perfectly happy with it. And really, it's no hassle. It's no hassle at all. It's a matter of checking a little box in the shipping section when you're creating your listing, and then you don't ship it any differently than any other item. There's no customs forms to fill out, nothing. All that happens is you go to print the label. Instead of the buyer's address, it is just the address to the shipping center in Kentucky. And then there's like one extra screen where they ask you to verify what's in the package. And they have already preloaded your listing title in there that says what the item is. So all you have to do is click, you know, okay, submit, whatever the button is, and you're good to go. It's too easy. Why not do it? Expand your market, right? Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I hope that you will. If you have any other questions or comments about the eBay Global Shipping Program, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or my email is in the video description. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye.